guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing all alright and you're having an amazing week. As you might be able to already tell from the title of this video, I am going to be introducing a new series on my channel where basically every week I'm going to collect makeup items from my makeup collection, like one product per each category, like one foundation, one concealer and so on. And basically I'm going to make myself use these products throughout the week and then update you the next week where I'll be introducing new products, and I'll be updating you which products I started liking, which ones I didn't, which ones I decide that I don't like anymore, and so on. The reason why I'm doing this is because in the past couple of months I have managed somehow to collect loads of makeup, and now they're all stored in my small Alex drawers, and I've never been used to having this much makeup, so it's now kind of overwhelming me as to what product I have and what product I could use. 1 second, I don't have lipstick on. 1 minute. There you go, that's better. I have a lipstick on now. Anyway, moving on. So basically, because of the amount of makeup that I have, I no longer see the extent of makeup that I have and I could use, and there's so many makeup items now that I have forgotten about or just don't remember straight away as I open the drawer to take it out and try it out again. So this way I'm going to be making myself to use the makeup, and this will be instead of project pan videos, because last time I've done a project pan, as you can tell, I've not updated you guys on a project pan number 2 or 3, was it? I don't know. And that was because I just forgot, it wasn't in my everyday makeup bag or anything like that, and I just forgot, and then my makeup collection was going up and I just, it was just really confusing. So I thought this way I get to talk to you every single week about products that are in my collection that I might not be showing on my channel all the time, and see whether I'll fall in love with them or not. So the next products that I'm going to talk to you about are all the products that I'm wearing on my face today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why I want to include them in this week's, what should we call it, weekly makeup bag. So I'm going to try and go in order in which I would put these products on my face, and firstly I've got 2 primers. The first one is the Laura Mercier foundation primer in the shade Radiance, which looks something like this, and this is a sample size, but you can use it several times. It's not like a proper just small sample. I got this in, I believe, my Birchbox/bag, and I don't know, I've just not been really reaching out for this guy, because as soon as I put it on my face it kind of just dries down and doesn't become tacky, and it only gives me a little bit of glow. So I just wanted to test it out, see how it wears with foundations and stuff, and see if it's worth the hype. Now, the second primer that I want to keep reaching out for a bit more is the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer, which looks like this. I have recently picked this up. I think it was about 2 weeks ago when I picked this up. And first of all, I don't like the packaging. It's just super loose. I know I'm going to lose this lid. And second of all, it is just purely silicone primer. I always thought hydrating face primer, I thought it's actually going to be hydrating, but no, it's more like a pore filling primer, and that's why I've not been really reaching out for it, and that's why I want to be reaching out for it and make some use out of it and see if it's any good. Right, when it comes to foundation, I recently also bought this L'Oreal True Match foundation, and mine is in the shade Rose Ivory. It looks like this. The shade match is pretty good for my skin tone, to be fair. I mean, it's not oxidizing or anything. So when it comes to that, this foundation is fine, and I believe it's got a pretty wide shade range. My issue with this foundation is that this particular L'Oreal foundation just does not sit well on my skin. It just seems to be catching on to all of my dry patches, and it's just, when you put foundation on and you know that it's not sitting nice on your skin, that just, you're having a bad skin day kind of thing. Well, this is one of the foundations that is doing that for me. And I've not noticed that it would be staying on my skin for exceptionally long either. So that's why I want to include it in the weekly makeup bag and see how I get along with this and make my final thoughts on it. When it comes to a setting powder, I chose this NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. It looks something like this at the back. And the reason why I chose this one is that I have been using this for almost 2 years now, and I still haven't run out of it, and I just recently bought the RCMA No Colour Powder, and I really want to start using that. But firstly, I want to finish this up, so I just thought I'd throw it in there to make it part of my everyday routine. But there's nothing bad about this powder. I absolutely love this powder. Oh, I forgot to say, when it comes to concealers, I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution Ultra Cover and Conceal palette in the shade Light, and you open it up and you got all these concealers in there. I'm going to try my hardest to try and see if I can pull off using any other shades except this one right here, but most likely I won't be able to. But I just thought, I've had this palette for a while, and I might as well just use up that one shade that's perfect for my under eyes, and if I can't pull off any other shade, then I might just get rid of this after I've used up that one shade. And also, it's not the best formula for under eyes because it creases a lot because of how oily and creamy it is. Now the next product, this is no like hate towards this product, it's just my personal fear, and it's the e.l.f. I think it's something like Aqua Bronzer and Blush, and mine is in the Bronze Beach. It looks like this from the front, and you open it up and you've got your bronzer and your blush right here, and they're really like, it's a weird thing because they're like creamy, but once you swirl your brush around, which I like using stippling brush for this, and you put it on your cheeks, which is what I'm wearing as a bronzer today, it kind of just turns into powder. Like, you no longer notice that it's cream. But I think I have been just intimidated by the fact that it is cream when it's in the pan. And also, I've been a little bit scared to use the blush, so I'm going to try my hardest to use that as well. And yeah, I also have 2 more blushes that I want to be using in this weekly makeup bag. The first one's the Bourjois blush that looks like this, and mine is in the shade Rose Bloom. And it's just a tiny cute little blush. These tiny little blushes kind of got lost in my collection, so I thought I'd give it a go and see how I like it, because it's also not super pigmented, and it can also depend on what kind of brush you're using. For the other blush that I want to see myself using is the I Heart Makeup Blush Enhance in the shade Peachy Pink Kisses. And it looks like this from the front, and it's absolutely stunning looking blush. But my issue with most of these blushes is that they have this like glittery, very sheer, powdery, glittery overspray, and I'm not sure if it goes all the way in, but if it does, it's more like a blush topper than blush, because I personally like using a lot of highlight. But if I use bronzer, and then if I use this blush, and then also highlight, my entire cheeks will just look like one massive, sparkly, puffy balls, you know? So I just thought I'm gonna give this a go and try and figure out this blush, because I bought loads of these. I'm literally just missing 2 blushes out of this entire collection. So I thought I'd give it a go. Now when it comes to brow products, I haven't chosen any brow products because I have been absolutely obsessed with this e.l.f. brow pomade thing. So I don't want to be using anything else at the moment than that. But when it comes to highlighters, I have 2 highlighters, one high-end, one drugstore, and the first one's the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Scald, and it looks something like this. And basically, because I, again, just got so many highlighters, I'm forgetting about the ones that I maybe perhaps paid more money for. And like, I mean, you can see his highlighters, especially this one, is pretty pigmented and blinding, which is what I like. So I thought I'd refresh my memory of this highlighter and include it in this week's makeup bag. And the next highlighter is the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette, and it looks like this at the front. And then you open it up and you have these 4 shades right here. These shades are like, they are illuminating, but they're not like super blinding, like for example Jeffree's highlighters. So I just thought I wanted to give this many more tries and many more uses before I figure out if these are the type of highlighters that I like or not. When it comes to an eyeshadow palette, you might have seen already, no, you will see in this week's video that I'm going to mention this guy in my disappointing product at the moment, and it's the Model's Own Barely There eyeshadow palette. Now, a lot of people really like this eyeshadow palette, but I don't at the moment. This is what it looks like inside. I mean, you can see that I've been attempting to use it, but I'm wearing it on my eyes today, and they're not really pigmented. Like, the Au Naturel is just a standard like white with a hint of pink that I put all over my eyes, and that's fine. I don't need that to be super pigmented. Nude, which is this one right here, I have to build a lot in my crease for it to show up anything like what it's looking in the pan. This Naked shade right here barely picks up any like super blinding pigment. This shade is okay. This shade is the same as this one. You have to build it up a lot. This one I managed to pack on a lot today, and it actually showed a lot of pigment, so I'm quite impressed with this one. This shade is the same story as these two that I was showing. Then this shade was just not showing up whatsoever. I literally spent 15 minutes trying to build this shade up on my lids. This shade is pretty alright, and this shade is okay-ish, but not really anything amazing either. And normally I wouldn't say anything because, I mean, it's a technically said drugstore palette, because that's what Model's Own sees itself as, apparently. Well, that's at least how they advertise themselves. However, this palette was about £15, I'm pretty sure. Some of their palettes actually retail for even £20. And I thought, for that kind of price, considering that I have Makeup Revolution palettes that are £8 or £10 at the most, and are absolutely stunning, pigmented, super amazing, a lot more shades than this. And then this is £15 and it's barely doing anything. So, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that I like from Model's Own, but this is not one of them, and that's why I'm giving this guy one last chance in this weekly makeup bag, and then I'm going to probably say my farewell to this eyeshadow palette if it doesn't impress me enough. When it comes to mascara, I am trying out this new Essence Volume Stylist Curl and Hold Mascara, which looks like this, which, let me tell you, Essence is absolutely amazing and beautiful when it comes to their mascara packaging. But I got two issues with this mascara. It says curl and hold, doesn't curl or hold my lashes. And second, the formula of this mascara is super, super wet. So I thought, I've had this open for about a week now, week and a half. So I thought I'd include it in my weekly makeup bag and see how I get on with it. And if it's no good, then I'm probably just going to try and pass it on to some of my friends and see if they like it. But I mean, I'm not mad at this mascara because it is super cheap, because Essence generally is super cheap. I just thought I'd try it out because it was a new thing on the little makeup stand in Wilkos, so yeah. And the last two items are setting spray related. The first one is the Freedom Pro Studio Fixing Spray, which looks like this. It's supposed to mattify, or at least that's what the description of it is on the website. And yeah, it's supposed to prolong your makeup, but I've not noticed it prolonging my makeup or mattifying me in that matter. So that's why I want to try it out and figure it out throughout the week. And the second setting spray is the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set, which is this cute little guy. A bit pricey for the size of it. I mean, this one's only like, what? This one's only 60ml, considering that the Freedom one is 100. I'm pretty sure the Freedom one is cheaper. But yeah, so that's why I thought I would try this guy out and see if it does anything. I mean, mattifying, like, ignoring the fact that I have a lot of highlighter on, it does okay. It's just what I want to also know is whether it prolongs my makeup. That's all of the makeup products that I'm going to be trying out this week, and I will be letting you know the next week with the new makeup products. Also, what I thought of these makeup products, as I already explained in the intro. But yeah, I hope you all excited about this new series that I'm attempting to do. Let me know if you do something similar to that, or if you're the same like me and you should probably do something like this to get the most out of your makeup. And other than that, please subscribe if you haven't already. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or at least I try. If you like my content and if you like me, then subscribing to me would help me a lot, and that way I can ensure that I'm giving you all the content that you like. The same goes for liking my video if you want to. And other than that, I hope you're having an amazing week. Hope you started the week well, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!